Can you believe that the first episode of Friends was released 24 years ago? How old does that make you feel? But there is no way we can forget our 6 lovable friends. Many of us grew up with them on our screens. But where are these actors now? Who rose to the top of the Hollywood scene? And who hasn't been welcomed in any other studio since the end of the show? Who is still friends with the other members of the show, and who's avoiding them? Find the answers in our video. Jennifer Aniston. We wouldn't be lying if we said that since the end of Friends, Jennifer's career has only been heading upwards. She made herself a big movie star. Aniston's first role on the big screen was a part in the movie Bruce Almighty in 2003, where she played alongside Jim Carrey and Morgan Freeman. Quite good company, huh? Among her other successes are The Breakup, Marley and Me, Horrible Bosses, and We're the Millers. The dance in the latter one has really highlighted the wide range of the actress's talents. Contracts worth millions of dollars, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2012, the title of the most beautiful woman in the world. Oh yes, there is a lot we can envy. However, success in career life doesn't guarantee success in a relationship. It's been 10 years since Jennifer divorced Brad Pitt, and that's twice as long as their marriage lasted. Yet the tabloids don't want to leave Jennifer alone by constantly publishing new rumors about their possible reunion. Her second marriage with the actor and screenwriter Justin Theroux lasted a bit longer than 2 years. The press started a rumor that this breakup happened due to Aniston's inability to have children. In the interview for In Style, Jennifer confessed that she'd like to forbid the press from using her pictures with her hands around her tummy with the caption, "Finally pregnant." They don't know what I've been through medically or emotionally. There is a pressure on women to be mothers, and if they are not, then they're deemed damaged goods. Maybe my purpose on this planet isn't to procreate. Maybe I have other things I'm supposed to do, she said. Despite having men walking in and out of her life, there is one person in which Jennifer has 100% confidence. This is her best friend, both in Friends and in real life. The actress Courteney Cox. The girls met on the set of Friends, and despite being busy, have always had time for a heart-to-heart conversation with each other for a good 20 years. Jen has even become the godmother to Courtney's daughter, Coco. Courteney Cox. Jennifer originally tried out for the role of Monica, and Courtney actually auditioned for the role of Rachel, but as we know, they made the right decisions after all. After Friends, producer Mark Cherry's first preference for the role of Susan Mayer in Desperate Housewives was Courteney Cox, but this was not to happen as Courtney was unable to devote her time to the role due to her pregnancy. However, the birth of her child didn't prove to be fatal for her career. She appeared in the movies November, Zoom, and the remake of The Longest Yard. She also starred in 3 episodes of Scrubs, and in 2009, she got the lead role of Jules Cobb on ABC's famous show Cougar Town with 6 seasons overall. After divorcing the actor David Arquette, who she'd been married to for more than 10 years, Courtney started dating the member of the band Snow Patrol, Johnny McDade, in 2013, and a year later, they announced their engagement on Twitter. Though it doesn't seem like Cox is going to tie the knot with her fiancé Johnny McDade. According to the latest news, the actress is afraid of getting hitched to Johnny because of her best friend Jennifer Aniston's recent heartbreak. Despite the fact that 54-year-old Courteney Cox is 12 years older than her sweetheart, Johnny McDade is crazy about this slender brunette. Johnny revealed that his love for Courtney is so strong that it can be too intense to think about, as there is a lot to lose if anything goes wrong. In pretty much every interview, Courtney is asked whether fans can expect a sequel to Friends. The actress has an irrefutable answer. They're rebooting everything, but I don't know how does that work with Friends though. That was people in their, 20s, 30s. The show isn't about people in their 40s or 50s. And if we have the same problems, then that's just sad. That's not fun, says Courtney. Lisa Kudrow. Lisa Kudrow was the oldest among the other actors from the show. When she started starring in the show, she was 31, and this summer the actress celebrated her 55th birthday. The role of the eccentric rebel Phoebe, who works as a massage therapist in the afternoon and writes songs in the evening, has brought Kudrow a Primetime Emmy Award, 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards, and a Golden Globe Award nomination. Kudrow made international headlines again in 2015, when Taylor Swift asked her to perform Phoebe's infamous Smelly Cat at a Los Angeles concert. She's been married to Michael Stern, French advertising executive, for longer than 20 years. They had their son Julian Murray Stern in 1998. Lisa's pregnancy became a part of the script of Friends in seasons 4 and 5, when Phoebe's character had triplets. After the filming was over, Lisa went on to produce, write, and even star in HBO's 2005 comedy series The Comeback, which actually had its own comeback 9 years after that, with its second season airing in 2014. Besides that, she is also one of the executive producers of the TLC reality program Who Do You Think You Are? The actress has been friends with Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox, and she even played an episodic role of a psychiatrist in the show Cougar Town alongside Courtney Cox. Besides working on TV, Goudreau has also made appearances in plenty of films. Lisa has earned her credit as a big movie star, starting from P.S. I Love You to The Girl on the Train. Her latest work was 2017's The Boss Baby, where she did the voice of Miss Templeton. When asked about the possibility of a Friends TV reunion, she said, "I don't see it happening. What would it be about? The thing we liked about that show is that it was like 20-somethings and they were their own family, and now they all have families. So what are we gonna watch?" Matt LeBlanc. After the amazing success of Friends, which earned Matt $1 million per episode as Joey Tribbiani, his life seemed to go downwards. The spin-off of Friends, the show Joey, where Matt played the leading part, failed in 2006. About the same time, his little daughter Marina was diagnosed with cortical dysplasia, an illness which affects the bones, brain, and motor skills. His marriage to Melissa McKnight suddenly became surrounded by whispers of his repeated adultery. Following the breakup with Melissa and his daughter's health problems, he avoided the limelight, asking his agent to lose my number for a few years. For years and years, I barely left the house. I was burnt out. I wanted to not have a schedule, not be somewhere. I was in a position to do that. It was a very dark time. I almost had a nervous breakdown, said Matt. In 2011, Matt LeBlanc started playing a fictional version of himself in episodes, which got him a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a TV series comedy. After making his appearance on the 8th season of Top Gear, it was announced in February 2016 that Matt is to be one of the new presenters of the show, and he still presents it now. He is currently playing Adam Burns in Man with a Plan, the CBS sitcom. Fortunately, Marina, who is now 13, outgrew her illness, but Matt confessed he is still as devoted to her as he was when she was ill. He said, "I remember when my daughter, Marina, was born. The second I laid eyes on her, I was in love, and I had never felt that way before. I couldn't believe it. I knew from that moment there was nothing that would ever stop me from loving her, even if she crashed my Ferrari." He also added that he would like to remarry if he finds the right one for him. So girls, Joey is still single. Matthew Perry. Chandler might not be as smart as Ross or as chill as Joey, but he might be the nicest one out of them. Plus, he's the funny one, and his relationship with Monica has always awed spectators. But in the real world, it was anything but a perfect life for Matthew Perry. The fans of the show know that Perry suffered with an addiction to alcohol and opiates while filming the show. After a heavy injury in a jet ski accident in 1997, he was prescribed Vicodin. The problem was that he couldn't stop taking them even after he didn't need them anymore. In fact, he got addicted. In an interview for People magazine, Perry admitted that with the pills, he felt better than he had ever felt in his entire life. He was in rehab a few times. Getting sober is a really hard thing to do, he admitted. You can't have a drug problem for 30 years and then expect to have it be solved in 28 days, he told The Hollywood Reporter. Perry made a rule for himself to never drink on set, but by 2000, he admits he was often detoxing backstage, shaking and sweating. And even more, he went to work in extreme cases of hangover. 3 years of Friends are a bit blurry for Matthew. As he said in a BBC interview, he can't recall a big chunk of the show because of his addiction. "I don't remember 3 years of it, so none of those, somewhere between season 3 and 6, he said. He now tries to be a help to others, saying, "I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life. I've learned a lot from my failures, but the best thing about me is if an alcoholic comes up to me and says, 'Will you help me stop drinking?' I will say, 'Yes, I know how to do that.'" Matthew Perry opened his former home for those in need in 2013. According to the interview in People magazine, he opened Perry's House for Men who seek a 12-step meditation and sobriety program. With time, he even gave up his 4-bedroom Malibu home in order to help others. Perry's House had a 2-year success, but in 2015, the program unfortunately hit a bump in the road due to some financial problems. He revealed that he was going to keep running the rehab center once he found an affordable location. In spite of having a life full of ups and downs, Perry keeps transforming his problems into a positive purpose, and for that, he deserves a big ovation. "My life has a lot more meaning now that I try to help people. Perry said to The Hill. "It's also a selfish thing. It makes you feel better than anything else will." When asked during interviews if Matthew could star in the sequel of Friends, he also has an irrefutable answer. "When I'm asleep, I have this nightmare that we do Friends again and nobody cares," Perry said. "We do a whole series, we come back, and nobody cares about it. So if anybody asks me, I'm gonna say no. The thing is, we ended on such a high. We can't beat it. Why would we go and do it again?" David Schwimmer. Since Friends ended, David Schwimmer has had plenty of other film roles, including the voice of Melman in Madagascar, the animated film, Big Nothing and Nothing But the Truth. David made his debut as a feature film director with Run, Fat Boy, Run, the 2007 comedy. 2 years ago, he played the lawyer Robert Kardashian in American Crime Story. For this role, he got his second Primetime Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Limited Series or Movie. David Schwimmer also played himself in a splendid scene opposite LeBlanc's fictionalized version of himself in Episodes, when he made his appearance in a number of web therapy episodes with Lisa Kudrow. This fall, David also starred in the TV show Will and Grace. According to most fans of Friends, his character in this show is a completely plausible 40-something-year-old version of Ross Geller. The personal life of the actor also had quite big changes last year, as he split with British artist Zoe Buckman, mother of his daughter Cleo, after 7 years of marriage. The actor confessed that the fame of Friends really messed with my relationships with other people. Sadly, in real life, it seems David isn't too friendly with Jennifer Aniston, because she didn't invite him to her wedding, though Courtney Cox hinted that he is the reason why a Friends movie hasn't got off the ground. Ouch. Thanks for watching! Did you enjoy the story? Subscribe to our channel so you won't miss on new thrilling videos about your favorite celebs.